All right, so a couple of weeks ago I was fertilizing my lawn and I accidentally dropped the fertilizer. Of course, it's me, I always do stuff like that, and accidentally killed off some areas of the grass. So today I thought I might give it a go and fix it. So it's getting really cold in Sweden. I'm not sure this will work. It's about 4 or 5 degrees at the moment and raining, so about lower 40s. But I'm going to be using the wheelbarrow trick, which I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago when I did my overseeding. Now I had a couple of questions regarding that because I only showed you how to do it. I didn't show you any results of it, mostly because I suck with the camera, so I kind of lost the footage. So today I will give it another go with the wheelbarrow trick, and hopefully I can show you the end results as well. I'm not sure it will work because again it's cold, but we'll give it a go anyways. Alright, so as you can see, I don't have a wheelbarrow this time. It's because I don't need as much. I only need a little bit to try to fix the areas I kind of ruined. So I'm actually using a bucket this time, but it works just as fine. I mean, this is perfect for when you have urine spots you need to repair, or if you pulled some weeds and you have a bare spot, then this is a perfect way of doing it. I like to do it this way because then I don't have to go around all the entire yard and kind of keeping everything moist. I have everything in the bucket. And especially this late in the season, as I said, it's about 4 or 5 degrees or lower 40s in Sweden. Nothing is really growing that much anymore. So it would be impossible to repair it by just putting some seed on the ground because it's not gonna grow. So the only chance I have is this way, and I'm not even sure this will work. But if you're a couple of weeks behind me, so to say, so if you haven't reached that cold period yet, then this is a perfect way of just the last chance of repairing any bare spots you have before winter. And you want to do that because come spring, the first thing that's going to happen is that the bare spots will be full with weeds, because that's the first thing that will grow, not the grass. So even though you might think it's too late, I would still give this a go, just because I don't want any bare spots when spring comes. All right, so all you need to do is just put your soil in the bucket. And then I have my grass seed, and it's just a mix of Kentucky bluegrass, ryegrass, and creeping red fescue. So pretty much what I already have. Just mix it in. And just start mixing with your hands. So this is pretty much how I want it to look. A good mix of soil and seed. Don't have to go overboard with the seed, which I normally do, but this time I think this is a reasonable amount. Then you just water that in. It doesn't need to be soaking wet, it just needs to be moist, so mix it around so everything gets moist. A bit more water. All right, so it's moist now. So as I said, you don't need to soak it, just keep it moist. All right, and I would advise using gloves. This got a bit messy, so I don't want to touch the camera now, but it will be fine. So now all you need to do now is just keep this warm and moist for about a week, and it will start germinating. So the first week the seeds only need heat and moisture. It doesn't need sunlight since nothing started growing yet anyways. So you can keep this in your garage, in your shed. I'm actually just going to keep this indoors where it's nice and warm. Then I can just keep track of it every day, see how the seeds are doing, because as soon as they crack open I want to put them out. And since it's inside, I can always just water it whenever I need to keep it moist. And hopefully after a week I haven't had any snow and I can still put this out and fix these spots. So we'll see. All right, so they're safely tucked away inside, and it's definitely warmer inside than outside. So hopefully this will start germinating in about a week, and then we can start spreading it and see what it does. See you in a week. All right, so it's been about a week, and this is how it's looking in the bucket. I'm not sure if you can see that. To be perfectly honest, it shouldn't look like this. It's grown way too much. I mean, it's kind of just grown into grass right now. And I'm pretty sure it's ryegrass coming up. I mean, that's typical ryegrass. It's in a hurry to get places for some reason. So preferably you should take it out before this happens. So I think it's actually 6 days since I actually put this in the bucket, and I've just been keeping it moist inside the house. So, and this pretty much happened overnight. So, I mean, it's not ruined or anything like that. There's still plenty of seeds below. And I mean, we'll see if this works. As I said, it's getting really cold here. I don't think if you would have put seed on the lawn right now, it would have been actually growing or anything like that. Maybe you would have some growth, but not a lot. So let's put this on the lawn and see how we do. All right, so even though I just screwed up, I hope you're still enjoying the video, and if you do, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot to grow my channel and keep making content like this and keep screwing up. But I mean, that's kind of the point of this. You can screw up and it will be fine. There's no panic. I mean, the worst thing that will happen is that you just have to try again, so it will be fine. Don't worry about it. Just give me that thumbs up anyways. So first, I just want to cultivate the area a bit. Make sure I take away some of that dead grass. So I want to make sure I make some grooves in the soil and make some kind of room for the grass to actually establish. All right, so I've prepped the ground. I've removed some of the dead grass and made sure there's some grooves in the actual soil. So now let's just start putting this out. You can see from the way it looks, you can see some roots and grass actually growing. This has been too long in the bucket. It's just me not having had enough time to do this. It shouldn't look like this. The seeds should just be about cracking open. So this is just way too far along. I mean, this is what happens if you don't have the time to do everything. I mean, I still have a normal job to take care of. I mean, hopefully this will still work. We'll see. But if you're trying this at home, make sure it doesn't germinate as far as it has done for me. This is just way too much. All right, so this is the second area which I accidentally killed off when dropping fertilizer on the lawn. It happens. Well, I'll just give it a squeeze like this, just to make sure it has good contact with the soil beneath. Same over here. Again, I don't know if this will work, especially since the grass is looking like this now. It's definitely germinated too much. You shouldn't wait until this happens. So this has been in the bucket, I would say about maybe 2-3 days too long. But I mean, we'll see. We'll leave it for a couple of days or a week, and we'll see if something grows. Hopefully it does. If not, maybe I'll just give it another go with the new bucket. Now, since this is pre-recorded for YouTube, I mean, I should have just made a new bucket. I mean, you guys would never know I messed up. But I mean, it's a good experiment. If you happen to leave it for too long like I did, then we'll get a good feel for how it will work. I still think it will work, but you never know. All right, so we'll check back in a few days. And this is how the patches are looking at the moment, a couple of days later. I mean, they're looking good. They're filling in pretty nicely. And as I said, I'm not sure I would be able to do this if I didn't pre-germinate the seeds, because it's pretty cold. I think it will take forever to just throw the seed on the soil and wait for it to germinate. But once it's germinated, it's easier to get it to actually grow. And this is the other patch. I mean, it's not always all or nothing when it comes to lawn care. Some of this might die off, not establish, but at least come spring I have some grass to work with. I have some grass to kind of help me compete with the weeds instead of just having nothing, only a patch of soil. That would make it easier for the weeds to take over. All right, so as you can see, you can still grow grass this late in the season. I mean, I wouldn't overseed the entire lawn right now because it's so cold out. But I mean, if you have bare spots like I did, you can easily just fix them right now before winter comes. Because come spring, as I said, weeds are going to outgrow grass. So I don't want it to be a patch of soil just staying there all winter up until spring. Now, will all of this grass establish and survive? Probably not, since it's so late in the season, but it doesn't always have to be all or nothing. At least I have some grass that will survive until next season. As long as I have some grass, then I can help it outcompete any weeds I might get. So some grass is better than no grass at all. So if you have some patches and you still have some mild weather, just go out, do the bucket trick and start fixing them before winter comes. I mean, it's always worth a shot. If it doesn't work because temperatures dropped rapidly or something like that, then at least you tried. Doesn't cost much, you don't use that much soil or that much seed. To me, it's worth it to give it a shot. So go ahead and give it a shot, and hopefully it works just as well for you as it did for me. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do try the bucket trick, please let me know on Instagram. Reach out and show me a picture or two. I would love to follow along with you guys if you actually try this trick. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.